The House of Wellness is open and we're here for you. Today, the danger lurking in your child's digital identity.
The healing power of pets, not so much zen, but hens.
They make you feel alive.
And our detox diet road test. You'll be surprised by the result.
Join us on the show for everyone who wants to live life to the full.
It just feels good to let it all out.
So let's all get well, stay well, live well and look fabulous.
Right here in the House of Wellness. Hello, welcome everybody. Looking forward to this next hour with you on your healthy journey. Hello, Zoe.
Hello, Ed. Yes, some great information on the show today. Well, one story that's caught my attention is pet therapy.
Yeah.
That's a thing. I want to know more about pen power.
Because you're feeling clucky?
A little.
Well, all will be revealed a little bit later. Gerald Quigley is with us as always, our big rooster on the show. What's coming up, GQ?
Hello, everybody. The weather's getting a little cooler, Ed, so our joints can often ache. So I've got some great news on the A to Z of vitamin.
All right, looking forward to hearing that a little bit later on in the show. Now, what I'm about to ask might divide the country, and it's okay if you answer yes to both.
Whoa.
Are you a cat or a dog person?
Okay, I'm going to say dog and kittens.
Okay.
That work?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we're inclusive here. Did you know that patting and cuddling your little furry friends can be so good? It can reduce your blood pressure and help with anxiety.
Do you know what? I really do believe that because when my little furry guys come running to the door when I've been out all day, not just Benji, but the dogs, just that unconditional love in their eyes makes you just feel full and loved.
Yeah, except for the fur when we need the little sticky roller thing.
Drives me nuts.
And to find out how the family pet can be good for your health, joining us today is Caroline Pemberton. Hello.
Hi guys, how are you? Pet therapy, who knew it could be so good for you? And science is finding out that it's great for relieving pain and keeping us young. And it's not just cats and dogs that hold the magic.
Oh, hello, yes. I have to introduce you guys to my new mate, Darcy. Now, I don't know what it is about Australians, but we just love our pets. We have the highest pet ownership in the world. In fact, there's more than 24 million of them, which is one for every person. And yeah, they're great family members. They're a wonderful company. But did you know that they're good for your health? Pop into just about any Aussie healthcare facility and you're more than likely to bump into one of these guys, a Delta pet therapy dog.
Yes, I could keep you.
Meet Alfie. He's one of the four-legged workforce who make around 20,000 visits to patients and residents every single week. I want to introduce you guys to someone who's having a very, very special day. Guys, this is Lily, and she just turned 100 today. Happy birthday.
Thanks very much. Oh, I love him. It's gorgeous.
Nice and soft.
These gorgeous therapists and their owners make a massive contribution to our health system. And what's incredible is that they're all volunteers. So it's not a fleet of dogs that you send out that you guys have in your own kennel somewhere. These are actually people's pets.
They are. They live at home with their owner, who is the volunteer, who takes them to the facility for the visit.
Do they have to go through certain training and assessment to be able to be therapy dogs, or can any dog do this?
The dogs aren't specifically trained to become Delta therapy dogs, but the dogs do get assessed to make sure that they're suitable to be in the program. And Delta Society being so focused on the well-being of the animal, the assessment is also to make sure that the dog is going to enjoy being in the program.
Darcy agrees with everything we're saying. So, what is it about us humans that we feel the need to interact with other species? I've turned to veterinary surgeon Dr. Kate Adams, who sees this close interspecies bond every day.
It's actually about the feeling that they create in us, right? So it's an extension of the human-animal bond. Pets make us better humans, and they allow us to feel empathy for another being, and they allow us to connect.
According to the Gulf Heart Association, interacting with pets lowers blood pressure and cortisol and increases the production of serotonin, which in turn controls stress levels. But research into these symbiotic relationships has only just begun.
What's really interesting is the effect that they have on children. They've shown that children that actually grow up with a pet will actually have fewer respiratory tract infections, they use fewer antibiotics, and they recover from illness and injury a whole lot quicker. And that also goes for adults as well.
The role of therapy dogs is expanding into schools, courthouses, prisons, rehab centres and aged care facilities.
How amazing is the work that the dogs do? It's incredible, but they're not the only animals that are ruffling a few feathers when it comes to pet therapy. Have you ever heard of the power of the hen?
I've been invited by the residents of Widden near Bathurst to join them for their daily egg collection.
Whoa, there's actually quite a few. They've been busy girls.
Yeah, fantastic.
And what do you love about them?
They're cuddly.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really? You wouldn't think
of... It's good for us mentally too. It is, yes.
What you're seeing here is known as Hen Power, an initiative pioneered in the UK and imported recently to aged care facilities here in Australia. The great thing is the chooks not only deliver breakfast, they are an inspiration for creative pursuits and so much more.
The Hen Power program sort of gets clients out of their rooms. It reduces social isolation, reduces depression and anxiety, and sort of encourages people to start conversations that they may not have been able to start previously.
And for those who are less mobile, daily chook rounds allow them to interact as well.
I keep my eye on like they're mine, like my little family. Yeah, they make you feel alive.
Oh, bless her. Makes her feel alive. She gets the visits from the little fluffy hens.
I know. Who would have thought that a chook was so cuddly? And it's amazing, you know, I think the beauty of this program is they rolled it out in the UK and they saw it had such success with loneliness and depression that they're now rolling it out throughout Australia.
Isn't that good? I mean, you don't get eggs from your Labrador, do you? So this is a good
disappointing.
I mean, we've kind of always suspected this to be right, but science is now proving the benefits of having pets.
Absolutely. So not only are they good for company, but they're also good for our health. They have a calming effect, emotively, you know, our mental health improves with them around.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool. But you know what? It's not just the magic of the cats and dogs. There's other pets. We've got horses, dolphins.
And hens. Interesting. Who would have thought?
All right, great story.
Thanks,
nice to see you out there mixing it with our little furry friends. All right, your one-stop website for all your health needs, inquiries, the ways to reach Gerald or watch us back is via our website at houseofwellness.com.au.
And if you prefer the phone, 1800 469 788, leave us your questions.
I'm a little partial to the Facebook too.
Yeah, you do love it.
Check us out, House of Wellness, and follow us. Be our friends too.
And so much going on today. We meet five-time Olympian Jackie Cooper. She's a legend.
Great.
And we've got a new twist on your scrambled eggs.
All coming up.
Later, the dangers of your child's digital identity. You won't want to miss this.
But coming up next, we meet a married couple who between them have helped save thousands of lives.
I've been working for Careflight now for 22 years.
Stay with us here on the House of Wellness.
Welcome back, everyone. Our house hero this week is not one person, but two. They're a couple who are not only married to each other, but also married to the work of saving lives.
Yeah, after dropping the kids off at school, Brian and Ruth step into their roles in the emergency medical field for the Careflight Rescue Service. And their passion for their jobs matches their passion for each other.
Unfortunately, part of our job at Careflight, that some of our patients are going to die. Certainly the kids don't want to know about that. So, you know, we paint the picture that, you know, we went out and we saved a life today and we did it the best we could. For us, I guess, our kids are our focus. So I've been working for Careflight now for 22 years. We met when we were in the ambulance service, and then Ruth now has become an emergency specialist. Obviously, Careflight was an opportunity where we could work together.
Obviously, being in a relationship and being at work, we know each other's strengths and weaknesses quite well. We seem to be able to move forward quite quickly with getting the jobs done that need to be done.
The dynamic going on between Brian and Ruth is, you know, something which is completely unique as far as we know, not only in Australia, in the world.
Hello. How you going? Hello. How are you? Did you have a good sleep? Yeah? We get to see some pretty nasty things. Having that experience as a parent has probably made us a little bit more empathetic to other parents who might be suffering. I think the kids are pretty excited about the fact that we actually have a different job. Pretty unusual.
I think Mommy and Daddy are superheroes, and I'm glad they're my mum and dad, and I love them. Oh, yeah.
It's taken a long time of studying and training and experience to get to this point. But yeah, it doesn't seem heroic to us by this point. It really does seem just like a job, but at the same time, you've got to recognise that it's not a job, it's more of a privilege in my eyes. I think when we're actually on the job, we treat each other quite similarly to how we treat the rest of the crew. There's lots of sledging, lots of humour involved.
What you need to remember, most importantly, is happy wife, happy life. And at home, Ruth's definitely in charge.
It's very obvious.
What great people. CareFlight's been saving lives for more than 30 years. It started with just one helicopter and one duty doctor. Now there's crews operating out of 6 bases around the country. So if you'd like to support CareFlight, head to our website, houseofwellness.com.au, and you can find out more details.
And it's not just CareFlight that are helping save lives. It's all the men and women who work and volunteer in our emergency services around the country. They are real-life heroes. And you never know when you're going to need their help.
Now, I bet you, as a new mum, are taking lots of photos of little Fox these days, maybe posting, I don't know, 1 or 2.
100, yes. Parents like me are using social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook to proudly share their kids' achievements, but sometimes it's hard to resist filming, you know, a toddler temper tantrum and posting that on social media too. But are we making a mistake?
Yeah, you think it's going to be funny, but how will this permanent public record of our children, the good, along with the bad and the ugly, impact their future, and should we be concerned? Well, joining us today to explain is researcher and educator Dr Joanne Orlando. Nice to have you back, Dr Jo.
Hi.
I mean, we love sharing photos of our children proudly of the good times, but what does it mean in this digital era? We need to be a bit wary.
Well, just as you were saying, these photos go up on Instagram, Facebook, but yeah, we are enthusiastic sharers of what's happening with our kids. So the latest stats show that by the time a child is 5, they'll have around 1,000 photos of them posted up online. And we don't know where those photos end up or who will eventually see them. So that's a big chunk of their lives that's up there that they can't take back.
Right, so I did this recently. I popped up this picture of my beautiful little boy. He'd had a very large poo explosion, which happens every day in our house. Now, this isn't great, is it? Because I not only am sharing this to Instagram, it's now on national television, poor Fox. What does this mean for his future or his 20s, 30s when he's up there in his little onesie with poo on it?
That's right, and I can see why you've put it up. You know, you get the support from your friends, your family, everyone else is going through this, and that's really good. But if you look at the long-term view, and that's what we need to think of, how will he feel about this photo when he's 18, 25, 45, it's still going to be up online, still going to be hanging around the internet. You don't know where the photo has ended up. So we need to think, not only is it going to be good for you to put the photo up, but you need to think of it from your child's perspective and that embarrassment come back to bite you kind of factor.
Yeah, so my eldest is nearly 11, and when I take a photo, he says, "Let me look at it, Dad. Are you putting it up?"
I
mean, does he say, "Are you putting it up?"
So sensitive teens, we need to be a little bit wary of too, yeah?
Absolutely. Once they get older, you know, they will definitely have a say in the photos that they like and that they want put up there and the ones that are embarrassing. So you might think it's super cute, but, you know, from an 11-year-old point of view or a 14-year-old point of view, it's different. So I think it's good to get into that habit of asking your child if they're able to.
I mean, I did have one where his little brother was face down in the doorway of the shoe shop while we were trying to buy school shoes before the start of term.
Massive tantrum.
And you know, funny caption, you know, shoe shopping's going well, but you kind of got to edit yourself, don't you, and think, what's it going to be like in the long term for this poor little guy?
You do. So the people that you post to will probably know your sense of humour and probably get that. But, you know, a potential employer, maybe in 15 years' time, you put a few of those kinds of videos up and those...
And they're like difficult employee.
Yeah, anger management issues, you know, those kinds of things. So it is from your child's point of view. And I think we wouldn't like that kind of thing of us online either, you know.
So what should we be thinking about when we're posting?
OK, so I call it the embarrassment engagement test. So there's 3 C's to that. So it's the content of the photo, the comments that you add, and the coverage. So how many photos? And think about it in that long-term view. Could it be taken out of context, out of your sense of humour, out of your own network, and could it come back to bite your child?
Gosh, that's going to stop a lot of fun, isn't it?
It really will. It's worthwhile Googling your kid and seeing what their digital print is like.
See what's up there already of them. So you just put their name in, put inverted commas around the outside, and you'll get a sense of what people can easily access already. And it's also good to do it of ourselves to see what people can easily access.
Yeah, great info. Important recap for us all. Here we go. So if you're thinking about posting on social media, ask yourself, would your child want others to own this image of them? Really important point first up. Check the privacy status of your social media setups as well. That's a good one. And yeah, do a search on Google with your child's name with inverted commas around. That'll show up kind of their footprint for now.
That's right.
Maybe cut and delete as best you can.
That's right.
Thanks, Dr. Jane. Nice to see you with us again.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We've got plenty more here to come on the House of Wellness.
And don't forget, we're beaming out right across the country on the 7 Network, giving you inspiration, nutrition and healthy advice.
Later, we find out the truth about detox, and it's not what you think.
Coming up, the perfect scrambled eggs that will have you jumping out of your warm bed. We're cooking good looking right after the break here on the House of Wellness.
That was another nutritious to delicious creation from Zoe Bingley-Pullen. A bit sort of Dr. Zeusy there with the green eggs and ham. That was scrambled pesto eggs with added spirulina.
Do you know what spirulina is, Ed?
Yeah, pretty sure he scored the winning goal in the 2006 World Cup final.
Yeah, perhaps if he was a blue-green algae. You know, it's full of beautiful nutrients, so don't be put off by its colour. It's rich in all the vitamin Bs, and it's also a great source of beta-carotene, which supports immune function, important for these cold months. You know what I'm saying, GQ?
Zoe, I think he's learning something every week. This is quite exciting.
I just say check your soccer facts. But let's move on to your calls. It's that time of the week again. We're going to start off with Kim, who's in Bathurst in New South Wales. What's your query?
I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis. What is the best vitamins, minerals to take?
OK, let's ease this pain.
I have a standard 3, Kim. First of all is turmeric, high dose. That relieves the pain. Omega-3s relieve the inflammation. Magnesium powder form, your favourite, Ed, also helps sleep at night. But later on, Kim, we're going to be talking about some joint structural issues with glucosamine. So stay with us and we're going to discuss that later on. But they're the essential things.
OK, we've got a multi-pronged way to combat this. All right, an email from Ashley in Maylands in WA. I'm trying to improve my overall health, she writes. Starting to consider what I use topically on my body. Should I be worried about certain ingredients absorbing into my skin?
Surprising we don't talk more about this, Zoe, and it'll be interesting when Fox is 25, what we've learned then about products we're using now, because there are some issues with the additives, and it's worth becoming a little label literate. So you look at the labels.
I get overwhelmed with the label.
Oh, totally.
What should we avoid?
Well, the Quigley rule of thumb, if you can't pronounce it, it can't be good for you.
Okay.
Well, that's going to be hard for lots of things, isn't it?
Yep.
You can't pronounce.
So with some things, and I'll give you an example. When very early in my career, we were using triclosan as a disinfectant. It was in everything. Now we don't use it because it's bad stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're very diligent with your skin, so we'll follow your rules too.
Can you just use natural things like olive oil, coconut oil?
Yes, any of those things, because the skin accepts them as fairly natural things.
Beautiful.
All right. Your calls, 1800 469 788, by the way, to reach us here at the House of Wellness. We've got Brianna calling up from Tenerife in Queensland. Take it away, Brianna.
I'm reluctantly trying to get off
coffee, and I was just wondering what is a natural alternative?
How do we replace one of the great joys in life?
It is, well, with honey, Ed. Don't forget the honey.
That's his drink, latte with honey.
Brianna, it's a matter of gradually withdrawing. So don't stop the coffee straight away because you'll get this massive withdrawal issue. Learn to love herbal teas. There are so many herbal teas.
Dandelion, do some people use that as a substitute?
It's a bit of a detoxifying tea, yes, dandelion, but there's lots of beautiful teas. French Earl Grey is a classic.
Oh,
these are, like, it is a bit. Yeah. It's my favourite.
French, has to be French.
So there's, but the important thing, Brianna, take it easy, take it slowly, and still maybe really enjoy that 1 or 2 coffees a day.
OK, good luck, good luck. Now, to finish this up, we have an email from Lynn in Reservoir in Victoria. Could you please advise me of the best supplement for eye care? What foods could help prevent macular degeneration?
Anything brightly coloured. How often do we talk about them? Today, spirulina, blue-green algae. Anything brightly coloured is good for your eyes because it's good for capillary health, the tiny little blood vessels that feed nutrients into our eyes. You're looking for things, herbs like marigold, substances like lutein and zeaxanthin. These are the richly coloured ingredients. All of those things, Lynn, will make a difference to reducing the risk.
OK.
Now, I've got one today. It's a house favourite here.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
It's a personal one. I suffer with low iron. I know so many people out there do. How do we know when our levels are low?
There's some simple things, Zoe, and if you weren't wearing nail polish, I'd push your nail, and if that nail doesn't come back nice and rich pink, it can often show that you've got low levels of iron. Another way is to lower the bottom eyelid, and if that's not rich red, then that might show.
You're good in iron, just
Thank
so
you very
know.
much.
Yep.
Thank you, doctor. That's very good.
You're welcome.
So, but feeling tired, picking up infections all the time. You know, we've all got friends that say, I get over one cold and I get another. That's often because they're low levels of iron.
OK, so there are products out there like the Ferro sachets, right? Now, how do these help and how often do we have to take them? Because too much iron can cause constipation.
Yes, well, that's very common in the tableted version. So if you take iron in a liquid form or in a granule form, it doesn't seem to have those adverse effect risks because a lot of people start on an iron supplement, you're often at the direction of the doctor, and halfway through, after a few weeks, they think, you know, I can't do this.
It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've been training a lot lately. Neither of you have said anything or noticed or care, but anyway.
You look great.
Guys need some iron supplements.
They do.
Sometimes too, yeah.
And often it's a nutrient, Ed, missed in the teenagers who are stepping into a sport like your guys with tennis.
Yeah.
And often it can be the swimming coach or someone that will say to their athletes, you need to increase your iron intake, either with a supplement or with some iron-rich foods. So bearing in mind there's 2 types. So there's iron that's in animal protein, iron that's in plant protein. So we've got to get that combination together. But fatigue is just so often undervalued as one of the reasons you need iron.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, just once in a while, just give a compliment. I'm not saying it's so hard. Plenty more to come, including more calls with Gerald here on the House of Wellness. For all the greatest health advice at your fingertips, head to our website, houseofwellness.com.au.
And you can give us a buzz, Ed, GQ, or myself, 1800 469 788. We love to hear from you.
We're here to help and to make friends. You can do that via friending us on Facebook as well, House of Wellness.
She can fly higher than an eagle. Here she is. 5-time Olympian Jackie Cooper will be joining us.
But after the break, the truth about detox and what it does to your insides. Stay with us here on the House of Wellness.
Welcome back. Well, last week I asked the question, what the hell is a detox? It's a great question, and it was a good story.
And Susie Burrell, our dietitian and nutritionist, informed us it's a way of cleaning out the body that everyone can try. Susie's joining us again today. Now, in case anyone missed it, Susie, why would we detox?
Well, often we're eating so much extra processed food and sugar and caffeine and alcohol that it's just really good to have a period of healthy, fresh, unprocessed food to remind ourselves how good we feel without those different stimulants and actually how much we're relying on them to get through the day.
Yeah, and remember our little experiment? Frank is back with us as well. Frank went on this 7-day detox. For 7 days, you abandoned your meat pie breakfast ways and other bad habits, and you've been on this detox. So, how are you feeling?
I feel great, actually, yeah.
Look great.
Really, really good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
As part of it, you kept a video diary, which was a great journey to see what you went through.
I did.
Let's check it out now.
Okay.
I haven't done this for a while actually, but I normally weigh probably around 79, 80, 81, no more than that. Here we go. My goodness, I weigh 84, 85 kilos almost. I've actually put on weight. Must have been the McDonald's that I had last night. Okay, this is my breakfast for the first day. Cheers. Oh, I hope I get used to it. At the moment, my brain is saying, Frank, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing, mate? We're carnivorous. We're not vegetarian. I missed that meat pie and that sausage roll in the morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Frank. This morning I'm feeling a little bit tired. I'm feeling very drained, actually. I was warned about this, going through all the emotions at the moment. I haven't actually gone to the bathroom as yet. Yeah, I've been having all these fluids, and you think, you know, the bathroom would be the first place that you're drawn to. Frank, I think you'd be missing out. Plenty of soup. Whatever that is, Susie, beautiful. I'll show you what I've got at the moment, and I just can't wait to have it. And I feel like the master chef. I'm pretty tired at 6 o'clock at night. The last thing that I really want to do is videotape myself. So what I want to do is actually weigh myself. No way. Is there something wrong with the scale, Phil? Phil? Yeah, is there something wrong with the scale? Well, your husband lost 7 kilos. I'm happy now. Anyway, this morning I feel very, very weak. I have no energy. I have brain fog. I brought my cup with me because I don't have much time. And this is the stuff that I'm having. It's 6 o'clock, Sunday night. I feel ashamed, to be honest with you. I feel ashamed because we have so much food. We have a fridge full of food, and I can afford pretty much to put anything on the table, and I can afford to go on a diet, and yet we have children dying of malnutrition pretty much every single day. Here you go, I'm about to eat another plate of vegetables, and I can get chicken on there as well. This is not a bad plate. I'm actually looking forward to having this. This morning I feel very, very anxious. I feel very, very nervous. I don't really feel like having anything to eat. Last night I had a few friends over and they all had coffee, and they persuaded me to have a cup of coffee, and that was a bad decision. Bad boy, Frank. I'm having fish tonight with vegetables. I'm feeling a lot better. I feel empowered. I feel more energy, much better than I did when I first came into the studio there. Even though I'm wearing glasses at the moment, but taking off my glasses, I can actually see a lot better than I did before. I've got clarity at the moment. It's just unbelievable. I don't understand how this is the good stuff that we should have, but most of us don't have. So I think it's just a matter of having good habits, and this way we can live longer. So why not do it?
Ah, so good. Frank, there looked like there was a few turning points in there for you. What was the main one?
I just didn't want to do it, actually, after the first couple of days. After 3 days, it was very, very difficult. But seeing the positive effects and losing weight and feeling much better, I thought, this is really good, just keep going.
Well, the
and
big
that's
shocks,
what I did.
they come in the first few days. Is that
They
fairly
do.
common with the detox?
Absolutely. If you can get through the first 3 days, you're on the home run, because that's the time when you're going to have the worst caffeine withdrawal, the worst sugar withdrawal, and it's such a shift from what we're regularly doing to go back to a diet with so many vegetables and salad without all the caffeine and things that we love to have. But as I said, if you can get through that, you're on the home straight.
Were you craving your meat pies or any other cravings?
I was craving a lot of things.
Yeah.
Actually.
Were you?
My pizzas and the pastas that I normally have. Being Italian, I mean, that's what we eat pretty much every day. But yeah, I was
Okay.
craving all that, but yeah.
Mate, you got through it. Any habits you learnt from that and want to continue?
What I want to do actually in the morning, well, I used to get up and have meat pies, obviously, but now what I want to do is have my normal breakfast and then have lunch that I didn't have before, and in between have a snack also, and have a snack in the afternoon as well.
Yeah.
And then have my dinner, things that I wasn't doing before, and yeah.
Honestly, a detox is pretty challenging, right? But you had your friends come over in the middle of it and sort of lead you astray a bit.
They did.
Didn't they?
That's right, yeah.
They broke you.
I didn't say, I didn't tell the whole truth, but I actually had a glass of wine as well. But, you know.
Ooh!
So,
outrageous. All right, now let's go through the numbers. You weighed what to start with at the detox?
I weighed 84 kilos.
And at the end of the 7 days, you were what?
77.
So really, a 7 kilo drop. I mean,
That's
it's
right,
not the
7
end
kilos.
goal,
In a
is it?
week.
But it's just a lovely byproduct of a detox.
Yeah, it's really important to note that the benefits come from a better digestive system, feeling better, having more energy, and of course not being as reliant on those stimulants. But if you get a few kilos, and in Frank's case 7, it's a reminder of what all the processed food actually does to our body. And long term, it honestly doesn't matter if you have a glass of wine every now and again, but it's having the bulk of your diet with good quality fresh fruit and vegetables. And if we can focus on that and continue it, the occasional glass of wine or even cup of coffee is not the issue. It's creating the diet platform that's strong and can be continued.
What do they say? You might have 99 problems, but tight pants ain't one.
That is exactly what they say.
Let's show you what 7 kilograms looks like. We have got a 7 kilo
gosh.
collection of potatoes. Mate, pick those up. That's the extra weight you were carrying on your body. And you can kind of feel, I guess, where your lightness comes from now.
Yeah, the clarity.
That's amazing, mate.
I was carrying that.
And the sort of effect of carrying all that extra on your body through your skeleton, that it must be monumental.
The pressure on knees, you know, how many people have knee issues because of this extra weight that we're carrying all the time?
Yep.
Of course, on our liver, we often see increased level in the liver function because there's a lot more pressure processing all those extra fats and those extra sugar, and of course pressure on our heart. So, you know, even just a couple of kilos, like you said, it's not the goal, but it's a very positive endpoint, and it just reminds us that we often do have a few extra kilos that we would benefit from losing if we just got the platform of our diet right.
A somewhat reluctant lab rat, but wasn't he a star?
Yeah, wow. And I
For it,
just
well
love
done.
the honesty and the
Yeah.
vulnerability you showed in the diary cam.
Good on you, mate. You can keep those potatoes. Do not take them home and make them fries. Okay, you've done such good work.
He doesn't want to take his 7 kilos back.
I've got to say, if you've been inspired by Frank's detoxing results, Susie, you've uploaded a 5-day detox for those who like to follow detox.
I have written a special program for all of our viewers, which is a safe way to do a detox. Please don't rush out and buy random programs that you don't know the effect. I've written it so it's nutritionally complete. It's designed to do for a short period of time, just to give you that kickstart in the right way and get you on the right path to healthy eating long term.
By the way, how often can you do a detox across a year?
Well, you know what I like? I like having a day each week that you actually go back to having almost a detox, where you're just having salad and vegetables. But you could do it once a month, no problem. It's not dangerous. You just wouldn't do it for long periods of time because, of course, you need the energy and you don't want to waste too much muscle mass.
Excellent. Now, if you want to try the 5-day detox, just head to houseofwellness.com.au. Commit like Frank. Good luck with it.
Well done, Frank.
Thanks very much.
Star
So
people.
great.
Don't forget, the House of Wellness comes to you via radio Sunday mornings as well. You can catch us with the team right across the country.
On 5AA in Adelaide, 6PR in Perth, 3AW in Melbourne, 4BC in Brisbane and 2GB in Sydney. Loads of great info for everyone there.
It's a great radio show. Catch you on that one. We've got more after the break here on the House of Wellness TV version.
Coming up, if you're suffering from achy joints and stiffness, stick around. The A to Z of vitamins is for you.
But next, 5-time Olympian, author and celebrated mother Jackie Cooper will be joining us here on the sofa.
Stay with us. We are the House of Wellness.
Welcome back. Well, she's one of Australia's most successful aerial skiers who became the first woman to represent Australia at 5 Olympic Games.
But after her remarkable career as a world champion, this Olympian was faced with a whole new challenge, starting a family through IVF.
Joining us today to share this very personal journey is author and now mother of 3, World Cup, Jackie Cooper. Nice to see you again, Jack.
Ed, always great to see you. And yes, thank you
nice
for the
to meet you.
kind welcome.
Most tenacious competitor I've ever seen. Probably the most banged up too with some of your skiing landings as well. Now we add author in, busy mum of 3. How do you in your chaotic life find some sort of a balance?
Look, it really is chaos, and I think you have to embrace it, really. And, obviously you're a new mum, and it'll just get harder, I think, and busier from there. And, I've always liked to have a few balls in the air, and I think when you have kids and you're a businesswoman and you're doing all sorts of things and you throw a couple of books in there, well, you know what? Everything gets busy.
Yeah, a couple of books. This new book, tell us about Frozen Hope.
Oh, Frozen Hope is a book that I really felt like I needed to write after I had IVF. And when I started IVF, the only book that I could find out there, because I wanted so much information I couldn't find it, was IVF for Dummies. And I was so insulted by the name of the book, and I thought, surely there has to be more, and there wasn't. I ended up finding myself on internet trying to get information. I thought, I have to write a book for women and men and families going through the same thing I was.
And when did you feel like it was time to explore the IVF journey?
Oh, look, towards the end of my career, I was actually 37 when I retired, so really, really an older competitor. But I always got told, you're fit, don't worry, you'll be able to have a family. Look at you, you look great. But you know what? Your eggs don't know that you're a world #1, they're just getting old. And so, not long after we started to try and have a family, 6 months, they said, tops, we need to look at other ways of trying to get you pregnant. And it was more than just needing some hormone treatment. We needed the whole works.
A healthy pro athlete, yet you spent decades landing on your head and in awkward positions. Not the greatest sort of preparation to start a family. In fact, didn't they give you some minuscule sort of percentage chance of falling pregnant?
Look, they did. They said I had 6 fertility issues. Most couples that need IVF have 1, maybe 2. But being presented with 6, they said, we need to present you with the likelihood of this outcome, and they said it's about a 4% chance.
Goodness.
And when they said 4%, I was actually excited because I thought they'd written me off.
Right.
And so I was like, OK, we can do this. I had felt like I'd conquered the world doing aerial skiing, and there was probably a small chance that a girl from Australia could be a world champion. I thought I can really tackle this with the same mindset.
Fantastic.
All right. So people reading the book, it's for the husbands as well to be involved because it's pretty gruelling on the guys as well.
Oh, look, it is. It is. At the time, I was so selfish, and I think it took me writing the book to realise how selfish I was. I was like, I just want this baby now. And we had to put my husband on a sex schedule. Most husbands...
That's fun, isn't it? What does that... Is it Tuesday at 6? Oh, dull.
It is. And when my husband was working in Queensland at the time, I had to hightail it up to Queensland.
Did you really?
Yes. That was part of the problem.
Plan.
Yeah, they're like, you're ovulating, you need to go. And I would arrive in Brisbane and I'm like, where are you? He goes, I had to go to Rockhampton today. I'm like,
oh my God, I'm coming.
Yeah, do you know what? If there's sex schedule, for most men it would work. But when you're actually forcing it and making it happen, no one likes it like that.
Jack, funny stuff. I think the only comp you've ever lost was the bragging rights with your mum. You had twins, but you're one of triplets, right?
Yeah, my mum.
Wow.
Yeah, she's amazing. Spontaneous triplets in the 70s. She had a 2-year-old when we were born, 4 kids under 2. Wow. My mum always says, never ever complain. I've got more kids than you, and I had it, I had it tough.
Wow, what a story.
The only time she's been beaten. Jack, nice to see you. If you'd like a copy of her amazing book, Frozen Hope, we have 10 to give away. Just head to houseofwellness.com.au for all the details, and we'll be back right after this break. Welcome back to the House of Wellness. A to Z of Vitamins time now. Gerald is here. We had a call earlier about aches and pains and osteoarthritis as well. As we age, particularly our joints start to give us a bit of grief, don't they? Is there anything we can do about it?
It's all about the joint structure, Ed. And as we bathe in the aroma of raw prawns here...
Delicious.
Glucosamine, the raw source of that, is crustacean shells.
Yeah, right.
So that's where it comes from.
It's a nice bisque.
Yes,
we should be making out of the shells.
Well, that's going to help as well. Could be a segment. But the important thing with glucosamine is it helps restore the cushioning substance within the joint. We watched your knobbly knees last week, remember?
Yes.
They will, in time, probably that cushioning substance will wear away, and that's the perfect time to then support what's left and help more cartilage regrow with glucosamine.
Because can you regrow that cushiony bit?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
I thought it was gone, skids gone.
No, not many things you lose completely.
Okay.
If it's bone on bone, it's tough.
Tough, okay.
And that's why you never leave things to the last minute. So if you've got some joint structure problems, and it might be fingers, doesn't have to be knees, could be hips or fingers, glucosamine. It's been around, originally started with dogs, would you believe?
I'm sure you prefer it in a powder, don't you?
Well, powder or capsule is
Okay.
my favourite.
And you like the krill oil as an option too? That's quite a
That's
concentrated
omega-3s, yes,
Yeah.
omega-3s, because that reduces inflammation. So there's a number of little things you put together to keep
You want the
yourself
glucosamine?
mobile.
No, but your fingers will go soon from all the texting. We know that. The A to Z of Vitamins is brought to us by Go Healthy. For healthy energy and vitality, try New Zealand's #1 premium supplements, now available in Australia. All right, time for some more of your calls. Standing by is Mark in Fairfield in New South Wales. How can we help you out?
My problem is I have emphysema. Can I use amino acid to help with the respiratory problem?
And this could be a smoking-related issue.
It often is, Ed, and it's a very serious lung issue. Mark, there is an amino acid. It's got a long name. It's called N-acetylcysteine. You know how I hate acronyms. NAC is the best thing. That comes in a powder, but that helps break up mucus, thick, tenacious mucus. It helps break it up, and it means that over time we can see some improvements. So Mark can get that locally.
Okay, NAC.
Can you use that just for coughs as well? Okay,
No,
it's serious.
well, you hope that a cough would never be so serious that you'd have to use NAC.
Got
When
it.
it is,
Yep.
it's ideal.
Understood.
This email in to us here at thehouseofwellness.com.au from Savannah in Burnley, Victoria. She asks, how can I get rid of the dry, sore and cracked skin around my cuticles? I'm young, but I've had it for years.
Yeah, I get that too.
Do you?
Yeah, what is
There's
that?
a cream that's a urea, UREA, 10% cream. If you rub it around there, the cuticles will be smooth as a baby's bottom in no time.
All right.
Interesting.
Go to one of our regular fans, Sue, who's on Bribie Island in Queensland. Hello there, Sue.
Hey, Sue.
I'm phoning for my husband, Ron, who has tingling in his feet, which is a side effect of chemotherapy. We have heard if he takes certain vitamins, that may help him with this tingling.
Gosh, you get bombarded through chemo. Is this a typical
Yes,
side
it
effect?
is. Yes, there are two nutrients that Ron can look at. One is called lipoic acid. It's an antioxidant, great for neuropathic or nerve pain. 400 milligram for Ron twice a day. And the other is vitamin B12, sublingual, so dissolve in the mouth. Ideal, those two.
Sublingual.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Have we got time for one more email? Let's quickly grab Denise from Forest Lodge in New South Wales. She writes, I've got liver fibrosis, just been diagnosed. I had my gallbladder removed in the early 80s. I heard lecithin could be of help.
Yes, it does help. It certainly does help, but the herb of choice is milk thistle because it helps liver enzymes. We know how important they are. And where the liver's under the pump, it's ideal.
Alrighty, got to go. Next week, though, more great info coming your way. We'll look into pain relief. Some fascinating work going on there. And one for you, Zoe. I know you'll love this. Dad and baby bonding.
Oh, I love that. I can't wait to see it.
Yep, it's all coming up. If you want to catch us again, head to our website too, houseofwellness.com.au. Anything on your mind?
You know what? I love the pet therapy. Yes. And Frank, what a legend.
Yeah, great work.
Maybe time for you, 5-day detox.
Stop it. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks to our friends at Chemist Warehouse too. That is all from us. Have a healthy and well week.
See ya.